The last couple of years has been an absolute nightmare for the US Mint. Starting in 2020 when they publicly announced they ran out of silver planchets and had to cut off production, finally making an emergency 1 million mintage supply from the San Francisco Mint at the end of the year. 2021 was no different, and actually a few other mints publicly stated they too are experiencing a shortage of silver, but not in the same way necessarily as the US Mint. Long story short, the US Mint can legally only pay spot price for silver, while other mints can pay above spot. So why would anyone want to sell to the US Mint when they can sell to others and make higher profits? They shot themselves in the foot when they, instead producing Eagles in-house, were at the mercy of other mints, most notably the Sunshine Mint. See, a few decades ago, when the annual supply was around 35 million ounces, where nowadays it's averaging around 13 million ounces. Regardless, they also had to cancel the 2022 Morgan and silver peace dollars as well as a limited mintage cap on Eagles. Then they had to go up against Congress earlier this year because of all these problems. And to make matters even worse, they banned everyone from purchasing directly from them, only choosing a few authorized dealers to work with. You and I cannot purchase directly from the US Mint. See, this was their solution to these problems. So you can see how frustrating it must be for the US Mint. And to make matters even worse, this situation isn't getting solved anytime soon. Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer, folks. If you are new, welcome. I post daily silver-related videos, always giving you guys the newest, latest information. This is your one-stop shop for anything silver. I gave the backstory, the rabbit hole in the beginning of this video, the introduction, so you guys just understand the context and we're all on the same page. That is a very, very controversial topic. I did hours upon hours of research on all of these topics. The Congressional complaint earlier this year, I personally think is the most interesting, as well as banning everyone from purchasing directly from them. Regardless, this is insane, especially given the premiums that Eagles had earlier this year. We're talking about almost $50 for an ounce when spot price was not even half of that. So let's go into this article, because this article has nothing to do, well, I mean, there is a little bit of correlation, but this is talking about something nowadays. The US Mint has boosted gold and silver sales, they use the word leap, since 2022. The US Mint has had terrible sales over the last year, and I always was trying to figure out why. I said maybe it's the premiums, maybe because they have put a mintage cap so people can only buy so much. Maybe it's because they banned everyone from directly buying from them. So, obviously these reasons, which they purposely did to try to keep up with, the demand, regardless what the reason was, their sales were terrible. But now we see sales starting to go higher. And it's not just gold, they say silver as well. So I wanted to go over this because this is important stuff. And I want to ask you guys, I want to pass the question to you. Do you guys purchase Eagles? I do, for several different reasons. That's an entirely different video we could go into, but I definitely do. I love buying coins that, one, are legal tender and also easily sellable, very liquid. You can take an Eagle anywhere in the world and they will recognize that coin as value. They might not understand the 1 ounce of silver inside of it, but this coin is globally recognizable, easily sellable, and that is very important, especially if you're someone who is looking to trade or barter. Maybe you're a prepper. That is critical. So anyways, let's jump into this article. I'll link this in the description. So in October, Sales of bullion coins from the United States Mint surged significantly, with triple-digit percentage gains from the U.S. Mint's flagship American Gold Eagles and robust double-digit increases for the Bureau's core American Silver Eagles. Further, their year-to-date totals are already higher than each coin sales in all of 2022. That is nuts. That is nuts. See, a lot of other mints did incredible in the beginning of the year. I think Perth Mint selling millions of ounces in 1 month, I'm talking about, where the U.S. Mint sold 13 million ounces in an entire year. The sales show a lot. And when we were talking about the Perth Mint, kookaburras, that's not much. They're 300 to 500,000 annually. The koalas, I think, are a big reason. But at the end of the day, that shows a lot of where people are in terms of premiums. I know a lot of people that stopped buying Eagles when the premiums were that high, and rightfully so. But they have dropped down a bit, and that's a huge reason why I think the sales are up now. So last month, American Eagle gold bullion coin sales reached 108,000 ounces, the highest since April. This total represents a significant increase of the 137.4% compared to the previous month's sales of 45,500 ounces and a substantial 72.8% rise from October 2022. That is insane. We're talking about 137% increase when sales amounted to 62,500 ounces in 2022. Year to date, and we're going to go into silver in a second, year to date sales have also shown growth totaling 1,022,500 ounces, reflecting a 5.4% uptick compared to the 970,000 ounces sold during the same period in the previous year, marking a 4.3% increase over the 980,000 ounces sold in the entirety of 2022. Now let's go into silver. This is some interesting stuff right here. In October, American Eagle silver bullion coin sales totaled 3.938 million ounces. Registering, and let me remember, 3.938 million ounces in October, registering the highest figure since January when the 2023 dated edition was first introduced. And remember, guys, we had the Type 2 Eagles, right? When they finally switched up the design since the beginning, which I think are beautiful. I love the Type 2 Eagles. But this number signifies a 32.6% surge compared to September sales of 2.97 million ounces, and an impressive 213% increase compared to the 1.258 million ounces sold in October of 2022. Year-to-date sales have also demonstrated substantial growth, totaling 21.84 million ounces. Remember, it's usually around 13, 14 million, but 21 million ounces, which is 50% higher than the 14.534 million ounces sold in October of 2022, in 2022 annually. That's massive. We're talking about doubling. They doubled. I don't know how they said 21 million ounces, but that, which is 50% higher than the 14.5 million ounces sold to the the same period last year, and a 36.5% higher than the 16 million ounces sold in. Okay. So in all of 2022, yeah. So it's 36% higher from the 14 million and 21 million ounces annually. So, meanwhile, October sales of American Buffalo Gold bullion rose by 36,500 ounces jumping 97% from September's 18,500 ounces, but sliding 7.6% from the 39,500 ounces sold in October 2022. Their year-to-date sales at 367,500 ounces are down 9.4% from the 405,500 ounces moved during the first 10 months of last year. I'm not going to go into platinum, but here is a breakdown of the Eagles, and the rest is gold and platinum. But October 2022, last year, 1,258,000 ounces, coins, sold or produced. In September 2023, 2,970,000 ounces sold. October, 3,938,000 ounces, totaling 21,847,000 ounces. That's pretty big, and I'm curious if they can keep up with this type of demand, and especially because when I said rabbit hole earlier, I meant rabbit hole. I mean controversial. I mean speculative people that will bash you for saying an opinion or reading a very credible article from someone who is credible. I'm not going to go into any of that, but there's been talk of U.S. military raiding U.S. stockpiles. I'm not going to say that is a fact 100% because I am not in the military, but credible sources have said that. Silver is used for everything. There's 500 ounces in a single Tomahawk missile. But regardless, that's not the point. The point is there is a lot of controversy and a very big rabbit hole to go down when you look at the U.S. Mint since early 2020. But anyways, I could go into all of these articles. This one is very good from Patrick Heller. He really breaks down what is happening. The Congressional complaint, this article is very, very good as well, because they are in deep, deep trouble when they are missing the demand. And Congress was saying, what is going on? Why are all these other mints being able to, where's that article at? Why are all these other mints able to, here it is. Congressman demands answers from the U.S. Mint and Treasury Secretary. The Secretary can only pay spot price. Other mints can pay. But, they had to go up against Congress. This stuff is serious. And these are the questions, which I've answered all these questions, right? This is Rep. Mooney, I think his name is Robert Mooney, pretty sure, is demanding answers from Janet Yellen, which is the secretary. And I could answer all these questions right now, which right here is Sunshine. Why is the single supplier currently allowed to provide U.S. Mint with silver blanks for its Eagle, or willing to? They made deals. The Sunshine Mint used to say, we'll sell you a minimum of yada yada, but that's not enough nowadays. And premiums really pushed people to say, maybe we'll head towards someone else who will pay a higher price. But anyways, I'm not going to go into that. That's not the point of this video. Just giving a little context of the rabbit hole you can go down and how crazy this entire story is. I'm going to wrap this video up here, though. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe because I post daily silver-related videos. We will have the Silver Stacking Podcast tomorrow with Andy Scheckman. I'm in the middle of moving right now, and our times didn't match up today, but tomorrow we're good. So stay tuned for that as well. So anyways, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.